Boston Dynamics has succeeded at attempting to create a robot that moves as closely as possible to a human. For a long time, the Atlas robot amazed us with its tricks, but it seems it will be retiring. Boston Dynamics announced the discontinuation of the humanoid robot and unveiled new Atlas the following day. The new model has a traffic light head that can rotate 180 degrees. Unlike the old version, the new one is entirely electric without hydraulics. The torso, legs, and arms rotate on 360 degrees axes. It can make movements while standing and walking that humans can't. For example, a quick start from a lying position. The machine doesn't need human assistance if it falls. When it reaches a conveyor belt, the machine only turns its torso and walks backward, saving precious seconds. This will save a lot of time during long hours of work. The next version of humanoid robots is tiny but can play soccer. The novelty was developed by Google DeepMind, an artificial intelligence company. First, they taught the tiny robots to stand up after a fall. Then, they introduced new skills using computer modeling so the machine can score goals, block shots, defend the goal, and use its body as a shield. Then came the process of virtual one-on-one soccer training, where the robots combine their skills. It turned out to be quite a decent match. The second stage was predicting the opponent's actions, and now the little machines can anticipate how the opponent will move. Thanks to machine learning and autonomous actions, the reaction time of the robotic Messies is faster by 34 to 302% compared to pre-programmed scenarios. Moving rockets in space involves burning thousands of liters of fuel. That's why NASA scientists decided to harness free solar energy by creating solar sails. This technology is based on the pressure of sunlight. Photons in the beams reflect off a special surface and push the spacecraft forward. This eliminates the need for heavy engines. Another problem has been solved. Previously, it was impossible to create sails strong and large enough. Now, scientists have come up with flexible sails whose masts can be rolled up like a scroll. Sail fabric is stretched between them and it unfurls from a coil. This provides compact dimensions for launch and then allows the sail to unfold to enormous sizes. At the same time, the spacecraft remains lightweight. The sun will burn for thousands of years, serving as a free source of energy for affordable space travel. With such an eternal engine, space exploration will reach a new level. Don't know how to deter thieves or unwanted guests? Use the new Paint Cam Eve, created based on artificial intelligence. A dome-type video camera is placed outside above the entrance to the house. It has a mechanism that shoots paintball pellets. The manufacturer offers an option to shoot pellets with tear gas. The camera recognizes the homeowner using facial recognition technology, and you can add images of all family members and acquaintances to its memory. If an unknown person comes, the camera first issues a verbal warning through the speaker. If they refuse to leave, the camera begins to shoot. When the homeowner arrives with a stranger, the camera sends a notification to the phone and asks what to do. The innovation has night vision capability, so it guards the house around the clock. The swivel base allows you to monitor unwanted visitors from any point within 180 degrees of the entrance. Flying drones have been known for a while, but Chinese scientists have come up with a new invention that can both jump and fly. Structurally, the hopcopter has 4 propellers like a classic quadcopter. But underneath, there's a spring-loaded leg with a soft tip. The drone can jump a distance of 7.8 feet with a jump height of 5.34 feet. This solution offers several advantages. The lightweight drone can move for 50 minutes instead of 6 compared to just flying. Also, it can control the landing angle on the leg, which determines the direction of the push-off. The novelty can even turn sharply and change direction by pushing off from a vertical wall. Such sharp maneuvers are impossible for flying versions. The hopcopter is planned to be used in rescue operations as well as for monitoring fields with crops. Growing seeds, tomatoes, cucumbers, and other crops in space is not possible at the moment, but everything is changing with the new Eden ISS greenhouse. Its trials have already been conducted at a station in Antarctica. In 9 months, 590 pounds of useful mass were grown. Further testing of the greenhouse is planned at the International Space Station. The greenhouse consists of 3 compartments. The first one stores tools and serves as a buffer, regulating the inflow of cold air. The second is a service section with primary control systems providing water, nutrients, air, and temperature control. The third block is the growing zone with multi-level racks. However, the plants grow not in soil but in nutrient solution containing everything they need. The racks are equipped with light for round-the-clock photosynthesis. Scientists from NASA have developed 3 Astrobee robots that will take on routine maintenance tasks aboard the spacecraft to ensure safety. Trials are already underway at the International Space Station. The Astrobee robots are square-shaped and fly in zero-gravity conditions. They have successfully solved a number of tasks in simulated scenarios. Using computer vision, they detected a foreign object blocking a ventilation hole and called for help. This would have saved the crew from high concentrations of carbon dioxide in the cabin. In another situation, a robot built a detailed high-resolution 3D multi-sensory map when surveying the Japanese module on the ISS. Then, the robot unraveled and removed cables that were obstructing movement. It managed to restore lost communication with Earth with minimal remote involvement from NASA personnel. Exploring the surface of the Moon or Mars is possible with rovers that have a firm grip. But how do we study passing asteroids where there's hardly any gravity? A group of scientists from Switzerland created a 3-legged robot capable of moving in such conditions. It is triangular in shape and each leg has 2 joints for pushing off. It makes short jumps to move around. Recently, aboard a Nove space aircraft, conditions of low gravity like those on an asteroid were recreated. The robot successfully adjusted its position before landing on its legs and even flipped in the air to achieve a certain angle. This new creation demonstrated good orientation skills and adaptability and can now be sent to the nearest asteroid to study rare earth metals. The long charging time for electric vehicles is a significant issue for eco-friendly transportation. Honda has taken on the challenge by proposing the use of swappable rather than stationary batteries that can be exchanged at special e-swap stations. The project is being successfully tested in India, where nearly 100 of such stations are installed. Users can find them on a map through the app. A plastic electromagnetic client card provides access to the station's functionality, allowing users to insert depleted batteries and pick up charged ones. The screen shows which slots are empty and where the battery capacity is replenished to 100%. The entire process takes less than a minute. Removable batteries are suitable for cars, motorcycles, and scooters. This invention will help India completely eliminate its carbon footprint by 2050. In the USA, 14.5 million people living in rural areas don't have access to high-speed internet. Building cell towers is expensive and a large number of them are needed to expand coverage over vast rural areas. Saving 60% in this regard are Alteros ST Flex airships serving as signal repeaters. They are tethered above a specific area and provide access to 4G and 5G networks. These airships are autonomous and don't require fuel. The terrain doesn't pose placement challenges, and one Alteros ST Flex can replace 15 to 20 cell towers. Instead of a ground team of 10 people needed to service the aerostats, artificial intelligence is used. The program monitors sensor readings and is programmed with various scenarios. For example, when there's strong wind, the airship automatically descends to a lower altitude. Autonomous operation further reduces costs. Have you ever received a pizza delivery with unevenly scattered tomatoes and cheese? Hyperfood Robotics was created to fix the clumsy actions of humans. It's a fully autonomous station capable of making 4 types of dough with 8 topping combinations. It can prepare 50 pizzas per hour. The system involves 2 robotic arms, 20 cameras, and 120 sensors, all controlled by artificial intelligence. Cameras analyze the condition of the ingredients and monitor any deviation in the dough disk with precision down to a degree. If the number of orders decreases, the station lowers the dough temperature to avoid waste. Customers receive their pizza from a box setup like an ATM. The module is designed as a plug-and-play solution sold as a franchise and completely solves the problem of staff turnover. In the future, developers plan to teach it how to make hamburgers and ice cream. Nike has taken a step forward by developing the Air of the Future series of sneakers with a space-age design using 3D printing and artificial intelligence. 13 famous athletes were involved in this project and shared their preferences. With the help of AI, sketches were instantly generated on the screen from which professionals choose what they found comfortable and practical for track and field, soccer, basketball, and tennis. Then, the computer model was sent to the 3D printer and developers received a finished concept in just a couple of hours, which used to take days or weeks. With this approach, they managed to create a futuristic design with unusual shapes, a fractal sole structure, and a patterned surface reminiscent of alien script. During long meetings, it's hard to understand and remember everything. And when important information is conveyed on the go, the chances of grasping it decreases even more. But here comes the limitless pendant to the rescue. It looks like a small clip with 2 discs and easily attaches to clothing. Thanks to its variety of colors, it matches any wardrobe. The device records the voice of the person as well as sounds from the microphone or speaker. Beamforming technology is used for sound clarity, capturing only the specific sound source. Then all the data is uploaded to the cloud. Through AI in the app, you can quickly find the desired segment, translate it, or listen to it again. The pendant can be given access to email and calendar. Based on this data and the events heard at the meeting, the device suggests a useful schedule so that nothing is missed. And now, another innovation in the world of cooking, but this time for home use. Moli Robotics integrates into residential spaces and cooks over 5,000 home-cooked recipes. The device consists of 2 arms, each with 8 joints for extreme dexterity. The arms move with a base along a rail mounted on the ceiling. The robot learned to cook from real chefs whose movements were first translated into a 3D format and then digitized. The machine adeptly handles kitchen utensils and specially designed cookware. It can turn on the induction cooktop, adjust temperature, and set the time. The process is monitored by sensors and cameras. All the user has to do is select the desired dish on the display and watch as it is prepared. In case of a diet, certain ingredients can be excluded. There is also the option to add your own recipes. Anker has updated its sleep headphones, introducing the new model Soundcore Sleep A20. It has dual-seal tips that block 3 times more noise than regular vacuum earbuds. The new feature can stream white noise from the app library for up to 14 hours, allowing plenty of time for a good night's sleep. Music can also be streamed from the phone. The shape is carefully designed and evenly distributed inside the ear canal. The side support is soft and gentle, making it comfortable to sleep on your side. There's a built-in alarm function that wakes only you, not others around you. The gadget tracks sleep phases for evaluation. If the headphone falls out in bed, you can activate the search on the case and it will start making sounds to help locate it. A regular drone is easily detected by radar. So, for discreet aerial presence, the Vajra drone was created using stealth technology. It has a triangular shape that deflects beams away from the relay. Additionally, it has radio-absorbent coating that hides the body from detection. The stealth drone was developed by the Indian company Garua Aerospace Private Limited, with software written by Lockheed Martin. The new model weighs 53 pounds and flies at a cruising speed of 68 miles per hour. It has a sophisticated camera with panoramic view and LiDAR. It provides images in visual and thermal modes for detecting objects and people, and can fly on a predetermined route. Inside the drone are 2 compartments for carrying payload weighing up to 11 pounds. This could be missiles for deployment. The drone is planned to be used for border control with Pakistan. The work area of forklifts and other machinery needs to be fenced off for the safety of those around. However, due to operator negligence, these barriers and even the transport itself often get deformed, requiring repairs. The unique solution to this problem is the A-Safe barriers from MTech. These quick-to-assemble barriers are made of the polymer material iFlex. The rails absorb the impact and then restore their original shape. They can be used to fence off pedestrian walkways in factories, construction sites, airport lanes, columns, racks, and more. There are low-profile transport barriers for parking lots which prevent vehicle passage but don't block pedestrian paths. Curbs made from the same material serve as bumpers. This innovation can save tens of thousands of dollars annually on repairs. The sporty self-regulating lever-type suspension was considered the best for stabilizing the body, but it never made it into mass production due to its high cost and heavy weight. But everything changed with the Indigo robotic wheels. This is a new combination of an electric motor installed directly in the wheel hubs and operated by electronics. Thanks to this, the suspension became active rather than passive, making it easier to control the car at high speeds during maneuvers. Moreover, there is no increase in weight and price. All wheels can independently adjust their position, adapting to the terrain. When driving over bumps, the body remains extremely stable, side tilts are eliminated, and longitudinal rocking is neutralized. An additional benefit is that installing motors in the wheels has freed up a lot of useful space in the car cabin. Now, let's go back in time and take a look at a very interesting invention from the 1970s, a small personal flying device called the Wasp X-Jet. It looked like a closed amphitheater for performances and had the ability to take off and land vertically on stationary supports. It was powered by jet engines, but unlike a jetpack, the pilot could stay in the air for 30 to 45 minutes, not just 30 seconds. The idea was to use this novelty for tasks like taking kids to school, going to the store, or commuting to work. The military also saw its potential, evacuating wounded from the battlefield and conducting reconnaissance. Unfortunately, the experiment failed because the Wasp X-Jet was not very maneuverable. There was also a risk of the hot gases coming out of the engine next to the pilot. The project was closed after trial flights. Now, this invention of the past can be seen at the Seattle Aviation Museum. To reduce fatigue during long hikes in mountainous terrain and cover longer distances in a day, you should wear the Densys X1 exoskeleton. This device is worn around the waist and secured with straps around the thighs. The belt and thigh straps are connected to actuators powered by electric motors controlled by AI. The device weighs 3.5 pounds, making it the lightest in its class. The algorithm learns the specific walking style of the individual and adjusts to it so that all movements are natural and synchronized. Users have access to several modes of assistive power depending on their fitness level and degree of leg fatigue. The device can compensate for up to 50% of the energy expended during movement. There's also a mode that provides resistance to help train leg muscles during regular walking. Did you enjoy the inventions you saw? Give us a like. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next episode. It will help you stay updated on new releases and ensure that you consistently experience enjoyable viewing.